Welcome to our deep dive into the shadowy realms of Jungian symbolism, where we'll explore the enigmatic figures of Lilith and Lamia. Are these mythic entities merely relics of ancient folklore, or do they hold the keys to understanding our deepest fears and desires? Let's embark on a journey through the labyrinth of the unconscious, guided by the insights of Carl Jung and the rich tapestry of mythological narratives. Imagine, if you will, the Garden of Eden, a place of innocence and purity. Yet, lurking in the shadows of this paradise is a story not often told. A tale of Adam's first wife, Lilith. According to Jewish legend, Lilith was not fashioned from Adam's rib like Eve, but created from the same earth. This equality led to conflict, as Lilith refused to submit to Adam's authority. In a dramatic twist, she invoked the magic of God's name and fled into the air, leaving Adam behind. Her refusal to conform represents a part of ourselves that resists societal norms and yearns for autonomy. But with independence comes isolation, and Lilith's story takes a darker turn. Forced to return by three angels, she transforms into a nightmare, a Lamia, haunting pregnant women and kidnapping infants. This transformation from a figure of empowerment to a menacing specter raises questions about the dual nature of our desires. Can the quest for freedom lead us into the very nightmares we seek to escape? The Lamia, a nocturnal specter, is another fascinating figure in this mythological tapestry. In Greek mythology, Lamia was a beautiful queen who caught the eye of Zeus. But Hera, ever the jealous wife, cursed Lamia to bring only dead children into the world. Driven mad by grief, Lamia became a child-devouring monster. Here, we see the archetype of the terrible mother, a recurring motif in folklore and fairy tales. From Hansel and Gretel's witch to the monstrous fish in Frobenius's whale dragon motif, the terrible mother represents the devouring aspect of the unconscious. Jung's exploration of these symbols reveals a profound truth. Our unconscious minds are a battleground of conflicting instincts and desires. The Lamias, with their feminine nature, are nightmares that ride their victims, much like the spectral horses of anxiety dreams. These symbols resonate with our deepest fears, the fear of being consumed by our own desires, of losing ourselves in the pursuit of forbidden pleasures. But why do these symbols persist across cultures and time? Perhaps it's because they tap into the universal human experience of fear and longing. The snake entwined around the tree, a symbol found in Mithraic monuments, represents the mother protected against incest by fear. This imagery echoes the biblical story of the fall, where Adam and Eve's transgression led to their expulsion from paradise. The snake, a guardian of forbidden knowledge, embodies the fear of breaking taboos and the consequences that follow. In the Persian myth of Tishtriya, we encounter a cosmic battle between the white horse, Tishtriya, and the black horse, Aposha. This struggle symbolizes the conflict between opposing instincts, a theme that Jung saw as central to the human psyche. The opening of the heavenly sluices and the subsequent rain symbolize the resolution of this conflict, a return to balance and fertility. Could it be that our own inner conflicts, when resolved, lead to personal growth and renewal? The myth of the hero's journey, a narrative found in countless cultures, further illustrates this theme. The hero, often a sun lover of the mother goddess, must confront the dragon of death to achieve immortality. This dragon, a representation of the negative mother imago, embodies the fear of incest and the taboo of returning to the maternal womb. The hero's victory over the dragon signifies the triumph of consciousness over the unconscious, a necessary step for individuation and self-realization. Yet the journey is fraught with danger. The libido, when not directed into life, regresses to the mythical world of archetypes, activating images that can overwhelm the conscious mind. This regression is vividly illustrated in the story of Chewantipal, a hero who seeks the mother rather than the woman he believes he desires. His tragic fate underscores the peril of being ensnared by the unconscious drama, unable to break free from its spell. Jung's insights into these myths reveal a profound understanding of the human condition. The archetypes of Lilith and Lamia, the terrible mother and the hero's journey, all speak to the universal struggles we face in reconciling our conscious and unconscious selves. They remind us that our fears and desires are not merely personal, but part of a larger, collective experience. As we navigate the complexities of modern life, these ancient symbols continue to resonate, offering guidance and wisdom. They challenge us to confront our fears, embrace our desires, and strive for balance in a world of contradictions. So, the next time you find yourself haunted by a nightmare or drawn to a forbidden desire, remember the stories of Lilith and Lamia. They are not just tales of the past but reflections of our own inner journeys. In the end, Jung's exploration of these dark symbols invites us to look within, to face the shadows that lurk in the corners of our minds. For it is only by acknowledging and understanding these aspects of ourselves that we can hope to achieve true self-awareness and growth. So, are you ready to confront the Lilith and Lamia within? The journey may be daunting, but the rewards are immeasurable. As we delve deeper into the realms of Jungian symbolism, we find ourselves standing at the precipice of a vast and intricate landscape, a topography of the psyche that is both familiar and foreign. It is here, amidst the swirling mists of archetype and myth, that we encounter not only the figures of Lilith and Lamia, but an entire pantheon of symbolic entities that inhabit the unconscious. Consider, for instance, the figure of the shadow, another of Jung's pivotal archetypes. The shadow embodies the aspects of ourselves that we repress or deny, those parts that we are reluctant to acknowledge, but that nevertheless exert a profound influence over our thoughts and actions. This is the dark twin of our conscious identity, the repository of our hidden fears, desires, and instincts. In the stories of Lilith and Lamia, the shadow manifests as the forbidden, the unacknowledged, and the feared. Lilith's rebellion against Adam can be seen as an expression of the shadow's defiance against the strictures of conformity and control. Her transformation into a Lamia, a child-devouring demon, reflects the shadow's potential to become destructive when ignored or repressed. To engage with the shadow is to embark on a journey of integration, a process that requires courage and an unflinching willingness to confront the uncomfortable truths about oneself. It is a journey that echoes the hero's quest, with its trials and confrontations, culminating in a reconciliation with the darker aspects of one's nature. Through this reconciliation, the shadow loses its power to unsettle and becomes a source of strength and creativity. In the mythological tapestry, we also encounter anima and animus, the feminine and masculine aspects within each individual. These archetypes serve as bridges to the unconscious, guiding us toward wholeness. Lilith, as an embodiment of the anima, challenges the male psyche to explore its own depths and acknowledge the feminine qualities within. Lamia, with her dual nature as both seductress and monster, invites a confrontation with the contradictions inherent in desire and fear. The interplay of these archetypes, shadow, anima, animus, forms a dance of opposites, a dynamic tension that propels the psyche toward individuation. Jung saw this process as the ultimate goal of personal development, where the conscious and unconscious are integrated to form a unified self. It is a journey fraught with peril, but also rich with potential for transformation and insight. As we reflect on these themes, we must consider the role of culture and society in shaping the narratives of Lilith and Lamia. These myths have been handed down through generations, their meanings shifting and evolving in response to the cultural contexts in which they are retold. In the modern world, where gender dynamics and individual autonomy are subjects of intense debate, the stories of Lilith and Lamia take on new significance. They challenge us to question the structures of power and control, to explore the boundaries of freedom and responsibility, to seek balance between independence and connection. They invite us to consider the ways in which our personal and collective shadows manifest in societal attitudes and norms. Ultimately, the exploration of these archetypes is an invitation to engage in a dialogue with the unconscious, a dialogue that requires openness, introspection, and a willingness to embrace the complexity of the human condition. It is a journey that calls us to become more than we are, to transcend the limitations of the self and touch the infinite potential within. So, as we stand at the threshold of this vast interior landscape, we must ask ourselves, are we prepared to embark on this journey of self-discovery? Are we ready to confront the shadows and embrace the light? The path may be uncertain, but the promise of transformation beckons us onward, urging us to delve deeper, to explore further, and to emerge from the labyrinth of the unconscious renewed and whole.